Hi, this is Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Thursday, January 28, 2021. And again, very sunny out today and extremely cold. So, what fun. I'm going to head up. I'm going to go. John and I are getting together tonight. We're going to do some uploading, right? Because of this. And this is my guide to getting started in publishing audio. This was one of my guides, right? I'm gonna have to say this over and over again because people don't listen. Nobody's watching now, whatever. But this all goes back to an interview that Brian Eno did in the Believer magazine back in 2011. I think it was republished. I think it was in Salon, but it was originally in the Believer. And the interviewer asked him, if you could email your 20-year-old self about what was ahead, what would you tell him? Or would you tell him nothing and just let him get on with it? And Eno's response is brilliant. I think I'd say, put out as much as you can. It doesn't do anything sitting on a shelf. My feeling is that a work has little value until you release it, until you liberate it from yourself and your excuses for it. It's not quite finished yet. The mix will make all the difference, etc. Until you see it out there in the world along with everything else, you don't really know what it is or what to think of it, so it's of no use to you. That's applicable across the arts, whether you're a writer, whether you're a painter, whether you're a musician, whatever, whether you make videos, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, put out as much as you can. Doesn't do anything sitting on a hard drive, right? It doesn't do anything sitting on a backup drive. It doesn't do anything sitting on a CD-ROM or a DVD, right? But where do you get started? I know a lot of people out there who produced content. You're a content producer, right? You may be a musician, you may be an artist, but you're a content producer. And you create intellectual property. And you need to get going with this because you have less time than you think. And so if you're sitting around, looking at the interwebs, if you're reading the newspaper, if you're watching TV, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life being invested in that crap. I only know the weather just because circumstances, but all the news that's going on, I try to completely avoid it. This is how I'm a productive person. But where do you get started? Yeah. We know all about the different music distributors and stuff like that. I'm not going to go. I had another video on that. I may go over that again in the future. I like to get started with SoundDrop just because there's no initial price and they take 15% on the back end. RouteNote in the UK does the same thing, but SoundDrop's a little quicker as far as getting things distributed. And they do a pretty good job of getting everything set up. So with that in mind, where do you get started? What do you need to do besides, creating your music, titling it, getting some artwork together for it, and getting your release out there? Then what do you need to do? What do you need to do after that? Well, let's get into it here. You need to have a PRO, a performance rights organization. And you can go and you can compare ASCAP with BMI and with CSAC and something else and who knows what. But honestly, I've been a member of ASCAP since 2002. Just spend the $100 application fee and become a writer and a publisher. That will get you a writer IPI and a publishing entity IPI number. And those are the two things you need. And then who cares? Who cares about ASCAP beyond that, really? Because other things are going to be happening down the line. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to be associated with a PRO. And you can sit there and split hairs until the end of time over whether ASCAP or BMI or CSAC is better than one of the others or this percentage or that percentage. For God's sakes, get off the pot. Just writer and $100. You don't have $100? Quit smoking. Quit smoking for a couple of weeks. Quit going out to fast food for every meal. Quit doing drugs and alcohol. Right? Quit buying from Amazon. Quit buying that crap. Quit whatever. I don't know. I don't know what everybody does. Wasting money. Give up Hulu. Do you need Hulu? You don't need Hulu. You need this one-time fee, non-refundable, because you're going to get a lot of money in return because you're associated with a PRO. Trust me. I speak from experience. So once you sign up with ASCAP and get affiliated with the PRO, and you know what your writer IPI number is and your publishing entity IPI number is. In my case, the writer is Mark Rushton. The publisher is Mark Rushton Music. You don't have to make it more difficult. Well, I want to call it something or other or this or that or whatever. And then there's another company out there with that name. And I don't know what this was my idea. I've heard it a million times. Just make it simple. What do you do after that? You sign up with Songtrust. Yes, you do. You sign up with Songtrust. Let me get out of the way here. Why? Oh, do I need to explain this? Okay, I tell you what. If you don't go with Songtrust, or you want to do it the traditional route, that's fine. That's fine. You can go and figure out I don't know what 50 some different societies around the world. You can figure out all their different methods of Excel spreadsheet templates, or however you get the data into the systems, and you can sign up and you can do the different language. You're gonna have to figure out what all the stuff in the other languages means. Translate. That's fun. That's so much fun. That's exactly how you want to be spending your time, right? Or you could release music through your distributor and make sure it gets to Spotify, and then Songtrust will let you know, right? Where you'll find out when it's at Spotify. Once it's in Spotify, you go into Songtrust, you add those titles in, you hook them up with the Spotify stuff that's in there. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's so easy. It's so easy. Even a musician can do it. And what does this cost? $100 registration fee and 15% on the back end. Trust me, that 15%, they earn that buck. Let me tell you, 15%. Oh, but what if I make millions of dollars? Then that means they're going to make. Okay, you're going to need to hire like a secretary and somebody who knows how all the different languages around the world and all the different. You go ahead and do that. You go ahead and figure that one out, right? God. Yeah, Songtrust is the best. One of the best decisions I ever made was joining up with them because I produce a lot of content. It's the easiest way to get those titles and ISRC codes. What are those? It's how you get those titles and ISRC codes registered with the different societies around the world. They make it so easy. Well, I only pay 4 times a year and I'm broke. I don't say. I don't know what to say. $100. Here's another $100. Yeah, you have to go without smokes for a couple more weeks. I don't know what to say. Quit gambling. Stop online gambling. That's just not going to be good. If you have online gambling debts, you're not a very good gambler. And I'm a poker player. I play Omaha High-Low. Not the easiest game. I'm pretty good at it. Anyway, what do you do after Songtrust? Yes. You also want to join the Harry Fox Agency. And if you are a member of Songtrust, you can still use Songtrust here, even if you already have an account set up with the Harry Fox Agency. Songtrust acts as your global publishing administrator, meaning that they are complementary to your existing affiliation with PROs, ASCAP, and mechanical agencies such as the Harry Fox Agency. All right. So yeah, sign up for the Harry Fox Agency. What after that? Well, now you're getting to, sort of diminishing returns or whatever here. But I would, trying to find it here. Well, this is the publishing world. Yeah, you want to sign up with Music Reports. Shrink me down here a little bit, move me out of the way. Yes, you want to sign up with Music Reports because you want to be able to get those licenses. You want to sign up for those licenses for all those different. A couple years ago, I have an account with Music Reports, and I saw it was like TikTok, right? They sent me the license. I agree to every single license that they send me. They sent me one for Peloton. I haven't received any royalties from that yet. That'd be hilarious if I got anything like that. But a couple of years ago, they sent me one for a license agreement for TikTok, and I thought, yeah, right, yeah, okay, no, I don't think so. I have made some royalties from TikTok. It's for real. Somebody made a video on TikTok with, a number of my different tracks. I don't know how they found them. I made a few pennies, a few nickels or whatever here and there. You never know. Someday, who knows? There may be some dude riding a skateboard down a hill, drinking some cranberry juice, and playing one of my tracks that did blow up. Who knows? You don't know. That's why that's why you want to be everywhere. So it's not hard to sign up for this. Just sign up for it. It's just whatever, right? Okay. What's next? What's next? Yes. You want to sign up for AdRev. What's AdRev? Okay, so and this one hasn't really made me that much money, but it could. It could make the right person a bunch of money. So let's say for example, okay, so what is AdRev? AdRev is they have ContentID, and that's the thing that goes around and sniffs out all the music on YouTube and makes sure that the people who own the rights for that music get paid from ad revenue or premium, their portion of the premium revenue or whatever, right? So, and then of course, what you have to do is you have to go and upload your MP3s with all their metadata and stuff like that into AdRev. It doesn't take that long, but I have a lot of tracks. So for me, it takes a long time to kind of handle that sort of stuff. I don't upload the field recordings because they are, they're not public domain, but ContentID can't track that. So and the ambient stuff, I don't really bother with. It's the beat driven stuff or certain kinds of genre music that I will put up there. So anything with a voice, anything with a beat, anything with, any sort of like bass and a beat and things like that. Any sort of a melody, as opposed to my weird ambient sort of stuff. It's going to go in ContentID. There's another side effect here, which a lot of people don't. I've known this for a couple of years now, but nobody trumpets this, right? So let's say you have a channel on YouTube, right? You get YouTube, you're making videos on YouTube, and you have not met the qualifications for being part of their little ad. You don't get ad revenue from them, right? Because you don't have 1,000 subscribers. You don't have however many tens of thousands of hours of viewing time per month. So you don't qualify to get in there. But what you can do in order to monetize your videos is that you could create audio content, your own audio content, music, or whatever, and get it distributed through the distributors, and or just load it into. All you really need to do is load it into AdRev, and it will be in ContentID. And then, so if that video is not traditionally monetized in, however YouTube wants to do that, and get a share in not only the advertising revenue, but also I believe a portion of that premium. If people are premium subscribers and they go with ad free, you get a teeny portion of that block of money. So that'll sniff that out, and then you make the video, you put that music in there, and then the YouTube will sniff that out, and then they'll send you something that sounds like a big copyright notice, but it's actually what that means is you're getting paid. You're getting paid if that's your music. If your music is in your video and you've got it on YouTube and you get that copyright notice, that means you're getting paid on it, or you will get paid something on it. It's not much, but if you're a smaller content creator and you do have a video that does very well over a period of time, it's another way to get monetized. Just saying. Nobody really talks about that, but I figured that one out a long time ago. So there you go. That's the short list of everything you need to be. You need to be in a PRO. You need to spend that $100 on the writer and publisher at ASCAP. BMI, I don't know. I'm not a member of BMI. CSAC, I think you have to be invited into. Just do this. Songtrust, $100, another $100, $200. You get $200? Didn't everybody get $600 recently? Spend $200 on this, right? And then you get and then they take 15%. Well worth it. Join up the Harry Fox agency. Very easy to do. Join up Music Reports. Super easy to do. And then join up AdRev. Turn all your tracks into MP3s. Make sure you get all the metadata in there correctly. And then make some videos for them. You'll make money that way too. I'm just saying. So let's go back here. Let's go back to what we're going on about. Yes. If you could email your 20-year-old self about what was ahead, what would you tell him? Or would you tell him nothing and just tell him to get on with it? I think I'd say put out as much as you can. It doesn't do anything sitting on a shelf. My feeling is that a work has little value until you release it, until you liberate it from yourself and your excuses for it. It's not quite finished yet. The mix will make all the difference, etc. Until you see it out there in the world along with everything else, you don't really know what it is or what to think of it, so it's of no use to you. So if you got stuff on the heart, get it out there. Get it out there, right? Get it out there, and then get your ASCAP, get your Songtrust, sign up for Harry Fox, sign up for Music Reports, sign up if you want for AdRev. They're all pieces of the puzzles. This is just the top stuff. But I've handled, I don't know, like 95% of it just with this video here, right? So if you're a musician, and you want to release stuff, or you're a sound artist of some kind, this is the way to get started. It doesn't have to be more complicated than this. Quit overthinking everything. Sign up and move. And then start creating. Start kicking it out there, right? It'll become a process. You'll figure it out. But I went through all these hurdles. I didn't know this in the beginning, right? It has taken me years to kind of piece this together. This is the way that I go about publishing these days, publishing music, publishing intellectual property. That's what I do. Sound recordings, field recordings, music, whatever you want to call it, it's intellectual property. So, and there's an audience for everything. So anyway, hope this has been helpful. Not many people are going to watch it. Probably not that many people on YouTube. BitChute might do a little bit better. What are these other ones out there? Odyssey and YouTube or what? Shout out to y'all. I know I get views out there. That's really great. But this is just sort of a basic guide for me. So if anybody ever contacts me and says, "Oh, how do I get started?" Here you go. Right? A couple $100, a little bit of your time. Make sure you have a bank account. Checking account? Yes, checking account. All right, that's it for the evening. We'll see you tomorrow.